Raise your hand if you want a BMW in your life. Now, what if I tell you that the BMW stands for bitching, moaning, and whining? Do you still want that? Good evening, Madam President, Toastmaster, and my fellow friend. Now, have you been, well, I'm pretty sure none of you did, but have you seen others people BMWing all their life? I'm sure you did. So my question to you is, why do you allow yourself to be surrounded by such people? So recently, one of my fish became sick and died. So I had the fish tank expert come over my house and I asked him, what's going on? How come my fish die? Well, it seems to me that one of the fish is sick, and chances are there are more fishes that might be sick as well. So I freaked out and I asked him, what do you mean? Like, how can I treat my fish? Do I feed them some medicine or do I take them to a doctor for injection? Tell me, what can I do? Well, if the fish is sick, you don't treat the fish, you treat the water. You see, the number one thing that is holding you back from success is actually your environment. If you want to change in your life, the first thing that you have to be aware of is your environment. Who do you surround yourself with? That's the water, and you are the fish. If there's something that you want to change in life, perhaps you want to have more money, or maybe you just want to be happier, what do? You have to change the environment. And if you don't, you are just setting yourself up for failure. Now imagine this. If you want to change, but the environment that you are in, it's so toxic. The friend that you hang around with are being negative, and those people around you don't even believe in you. Well, how are you going to get out of that? It is impossible. The one thing that I love the most is what my mentor shared with me years ago. He said, show me your friend and I will show you your future. Now, it is very, very true. Because you can't help but be influenced by your friend, your surrounding. You just can't help. Imagine this. If someone is spending his time bitching, moaning, and basically complaining about whatever the feeling they have, guess what? That's who you will become. Because you are who you hang around with. You are who you hang around with. Now, my first job was exactly like this. The environment was so toxic. Everything there is so bad. My colleagues basically gossip about just anyone else in the room on a daily basis. Sabotaging each other and pulling each other down are actually their full-time job. Can you imagine this? Now, I try my very best to stay away from them. I arrived at the office earlier. I left the office earlier. And I even had my lunch alone. And it was only after 1 week, my colleague started to gossip about who? Take a quick guess. Absolutely right. I became the new target. And that's the only thing that my colleagues are so passionate about. And that's the only thing that are so effective at. So I spent 3 months there with no one to talk to, with no one to joke around with. And basically, I was all alone. Now you might be thinking, wow, don't you get emotionally affected? You bet. You bet. It is tough when everyone else in the room are bad-mouthing at you. It is tough. I mean, if you never experienced that, you should be grateful. You should be grateful. But funny enough, it was because of that when I was eating alone, I get to meet my new general manager, who actually offered me a better opportunity. And things started to change since then. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, Joshua, don't you think you went a little bit too extreme? Well, I don't know. But I do know that it is a fact where if you want to change, you have to first treat the water. You have to do whatever it takes to get you out from the situation that you got stuck in. Because the environment ultimately is the one thing that is going to pull you towards the future that you want. Now, don't give excuses like, oh, I can't change that. Oh, it is not the way it is. No, you can change it. You know that, right? If there's a negative person that you don't want to spend time with, you don't have to spend time with the person. No one forces you to watch a TV, but not to read a book. No one forces you to talk to this person, but not the other person. The choice is in your hand, and your hands hold the power of change. So, the number one thing that is holding you back from success, I truly believe it is your environment. The question is, what exactly are you going to do to change your environment? The choice is yours. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Joshua.